Painting Imperial Fists can be a very upsetting task. Let's see how to do it quickly and efficiently. Start off with a magenta or any kind of purple primer. Do a semi-thick layer. This will be your basis for the yellow shadows. Next, do a very generous white zenithal overspray. This will be a base for your yellow highlights. If the magenta is quite pinky, like in my case, spray some dark purple in the shadows. Do a gloss varnish layer and leave it overnight to dry. The next day, take some black oil paint and some odorless thinner. Mix them to get a very watery product. And use it to blackline all of the model. It is possible to make an overall wash, but I try to panel line as precise as possible. After you've done the panel lining, leave it to dry for some time. There is no specific limit of waiting, an hour up to a day. Both are fine, it just depends on the final effect that you want. You will have to test it a few times before you get how those oil washes work. They can be reactivated by dipping your brush in a thinner. After the mentioned previously time, take a sponge and wipe the excess paint clean. If needed, use the odorless thinner to reactivate the paint. Just remember to do it gently. The next step is a very generous overall spray of the Imperial Fist contrast paint. The magenta mixed with the Imperial Fist paint gives really nice brown shadows, and the white zenithal picks up the beautiful yellow contrast paint. The next step is giving a base color to all of the details. In this case, it was a purple aquila and black elements. I had a plan of painting the chainsword by brush, but all of the chainswords on all of the models were really nicely exposed and I used the airbrush to do it. But the rest of the details were painted by brush, the black and the purple ones. The models came out really clean, which is really nice for me. I like it. But this time I wanted them to be a little titsy bit grimdark. So, for example, you can take a piece of sponge, dip it in any paint you wish and gently touch the model. This will give a very nice weathering effect. And guys, while you watch how I sponge the models, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like, share, comment, visit my Instagram. Become a Patreon and help me fund some future projects. Links to all of the aforementioned will be in the video description. The last few things were, for example, the edge highlights. Some extra details like the eyes, the plasma weapon on one of the models, and painting the rims of the bases. Let's have a look at the finished models. All of the 5 models took 2 afternoons, a really quick paint job. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, the airbrush did most of the work, so consider buying one, it's really helpful. Don't forget guys to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, like, share, it's really helpful. Take care guys, and see you in the next one. And don't forget, the Emperor protects.